My name is Rebecca. I work as a curator, editor and educator, and I coordinate various projects within photography and art. My career began with studying art, which I did here in Holland, and actually was, well, maybe more or less of an accident that my career turned out the way it did, because, well, not an accident, a coincidence, because I studied art and photography to become an artist and a photographer, but then quite quickly after I finished my master's I got an opportunity to go to Finland to coordinate an art school, and that was sort of the start of my journey of becoming a teacher. And for more the curating and the coordinating side, it was through my work at Well-Pressed Photo, where I did an internship at first and then managed to convince them to give me a job as a project manager, and on that path I rolled more into productions, doing books, exhibitions, online productions, and really fell in love with that. So that was my start as a journey as a curator and an editor. So Transformations is a project that I set up together with Viewbook in 2016, and Viewbook is a technology company with the main target group that they have are photographers, and they wanted to do something for the photography community, to give back in some way. And Rien, who is the director there, he asked me to brainstorm with him and to come up with a project that we could set up to support photographers, and from that Transformation was born. So the idea behind Transformations is to explore the changes in photography and to support photographers, and we have been doing so now for about 1.5 years through a platform where we publish articles around the changes in photography. We've been doing brainstorms to do some more in-depth research on what are the changes, and we've also been interviewing photographers. And part of the program was also a grant that we gave out last year and was won by Guy Martin on his project The Parallel State. As Transformations, we are interested in the future photographer because there's a lot of changes going on right now. There's always been a lot of changes in photography. I mean, it's not that it's suddenly happening, but due to the technological changes and internet and decline of print media, there's been a lot of rapid changes happening, and especially the documentary photographer who used to rely on the printed media is sort of finding itself a little bit in a crisis, and it's in that space that we want to try to help the photographers to figure out sort of their new identity and to also motivate them to continue. The main changes that we see now for photographers are that they are forced to find new financial models to support their projects, and also that means that you have to be much more innovative in your ways of finding support, but also finding new ways of collaborating, and that is a challenge maybe for many, but it also brings in new opportunities for photographers. Right now Transformations are we are transforming in a way, so we are now I'm moving a bit not away from Viewbook, but we are finding new ways of collaborating, so Transformations is basically now my own project, and I have now teamed up with 3 of my former colleagues from Well-Pressed Photo, and together with them we are now looking into what will be the new form of Transformations. So we still have this platform now still up and running with Viewbook, but to sort of finalize this part of the project, we are now producing a book that summarizes the research and the articles that we've been publishing so far. So that will be coming out now, well, in a month or two, and then we'll have to see what kind of form it will take. I think the most useful photography skills it's definitely not technical skills. It's more of a sort of inner drive and a curiosity to pursue your work. It just takes a lot of effort and motivation to make projects happen. So I think that hasn't really changed. I mean, that's still what it is, but since it's less assignments, it takes even more in a way. But collaboration has been a big thing that's been coming up through all our brainstorms, and also business skills, of course. To find ways to support yourself as a photographer, you need to get more engaged with the business side of photography. Yeah, so next to transformations, I'm working already for a few years on a project, a European project called Art, that means entrepreneurial learning for artists, and that's a collaboration, a sort of strategic partnership with different art schools in Europe, with whom we are developing teaching material for students, but it's also meant to be for starting artists. So it's artists of any discipline, not only photography, but any discipline. And we just produced a book and a game, which is also online open source. So go to elart.org, how you say that? -art.org. Because there you can download this, and so this is also good for the photographers. I just mentioned that you will need business skills, and this is in a playful way you can interact with this material and get sort of stronger, strengthen your entrepreneurial side.